Well, hello everybody. This is Grumpy Dave cleaning up everything. And the car's gone. I gotta get this stuff picked up. A couple things to move around here and there. Working on that, trying to get a view on it, get a grip on it. I know where it's about to go. I've got a Dana 44 rear, an LSD for back air. If I want to go that route. It's only 100 horsepower, and I can't beef it up too much because it's hard to beef it up. And two, the rear end won't take anything over 160. It'll implode on itself. We're working on getting the front suspension corrected and down where it's supposed to be. And we got a couple parts on order. We've been tinkering with it. And I got to make a decision on wheels and tires and spacing. I don't want to chop the car off and do anything to it until I get the drive line figured out. If that makes any sense to you. Because I'm pretty sure I can trade this engine and stuff off for anything I need. I know a guy wants it bad. He also wants to trade wheels and tires for, said 5 wheels and tires and hubcaps. These have got tubes in them for 4 tubeless wheels and tires and a spare. I don't know if they're Steelies or alloys. He said, come and take a look, see what he's got. Which I want to get rid of the tube tires anyway, so that's a plus. I just had so much going on lately. Brittany here. Well, I might as well just give you a complete rundown. There's the gasket installed on the bottom of the windshield. Anybody that knows about an MG can tell you how much fun these are to put on. And then lay this rubber forward and then force this down in and lock it. It might be a 2-person job. I'm gonna wait till the Windex and stuff we lubricated with dries out. I'm gonna take some 4/0 steel wool and some bar keep metal cleaner and clean all this stainless aluminum up and give it a chance to dry up here before we go to install it. And I'm also going to take out the windshield support. I'll get this cleaned and painted black and put back on. That just looks nasty. If I get a chrome one, it's just going to glare when the sun hits it. Here's the side piece for down there. That took 45 minutes. And I'll guarantee you it's a pain. I had to push it and hold it, and my grandson had to get it and pull it down the track. And then we'd push some more in there. He'd pull it down the track. Keep pulling it down all the way down till we figured out the cigarettes, keep it wet with Windex, and keep pulling. I could get an inch up here, then he had to massage that inch all the way down. So we'll trim this, seal this, put the screws in it, get it cleaned, get this painted tomorrow, get it ready to go together. I just about have everything I've got for the electric laying here. There's the new ignition switch with key. Here's the new windshield headlight and everything, turner on her. And then we come over here. Got a key. The turn signals up, down, push them in, and that's it. That's the one we're replacing. I'm not touching the electrical stuff. I don't want to. My son loves to play with that stuff. It's a challenge to him, and I do everything I can to stay away from it. Got a bag of nuts and bolts right there. That's okay. I got stuff misplaced everywhere. This stuff is really good. With some 4/0 steel wool around the windows and stuff in that trim, because it won't scratch the glass. You can just polish the, in fact, you can polish the glass with it. You can 4/0 steel wool, clean it. There's the old windshield out of the other parts car. In case I need a part, a screw, or a fitting, I got that. Once that windshield in is done, that's going in the trash. I'm running out of room. That's a broken windshield, by the way. And I think that frame's twisted a little. This out here, I have no idea which way to go with this. These are frozen. They've been there 85 years. I'm going to get my cutter out, cut this, and then jack it up and break this loose to see if it'll go up and down, because I think it's this arm here. It's frozen in there. Take this whole thing off, gut it, clean it, lubricate it, get everything, and put it back on with a new bushing, a new bolt, and a new lock nut. So I can drop it on the ground and see how far it actually squats. It should squat pretty good, because there's an 800-pound engine. But this thing, look at this. This is so weak that those springs have overridden it and smashed this down. Look at that. That front end needs to be down 3 inches. $12 inches. With a 15 in the front and with a 17 or 18 in the back. So I can take out the gearbox, this cross arm, and the linkage in there, leave the rest of it in. And once it's working, put a rack in there, make a mount for it. Come over here, clear out the gearbox, okay, because basically it won't be here. And then right here I could do a change on this shaft, because this will be gone, because it's going to be on the floor, not on the column. And I could have power brakes and power steering. It's going to be interesting. I have no idea which way to go. If you got any suggestions, lay them out there. Because if this has to go out, that rear end needs to go with it. So I really don't know. Decisions to make. Kind of let you know where we're going. I know we haven't been up. Computer's down. We're having issues. My grandson's working on it. He's going to find another program that we can work with. Meantime, I'm going to be working on Brittany, and we'll get a weekly video on Brittany as we get her together. We'll get moving on her again finally. It's been 2 months since we stopped and started to work on getting the parts. It took me, let's see, 20 days to get the gaskets I needed ordered, so nothing we could do to the windshields in. 2 days after I got them, I tried it. It was defective. I tried to cut the lump of rubber off. I should have just sent it right back. I said, I make this work. I don't want to have to send it back. Well, now it's hanging over there because I can't send it back because I cut it. And I had to order another one. And the time it got here, that was another 5 days by the time I ordered it and it got here. You see where this is going? Then I had a health issue going on, a health scare. So I got a bunch of that done. I got some more tests to go through. Every once in a while, my blood does weird crap when they're testing me, and it freaks them out. Tells them I got cancer, beriberi, and everything else. And if they wait about 6 weeks and check it again, all the numbers will be different. This has happened to me 4 times in the last 22 years. They'll swear up and down I got a cancer or a tumor, and they'll go through all these tests and all this stuff, and finally the doctor says, we can't find anything, you're fine. No, you're just milking my insurance. So I'm going through that right now too, so that's in the back of my mind. Got the Equinox had a loose half shaft. I forgot to torque it, so that's good to go. We still got a rattle underneath there. I'll find it later. This has all been cleaned up. The S10 has met its fate at the scrapper. Brittany, as we just showed you, is ready to move forward, and probably starting tomorrow, we'll actually be on her every day now, like we were before. Tomorrow I'll get the windshield fitted up and sealed up and cleaned. Get out here in the sun so it can dry. I want to make sure there's no Windex or anything down in that window track to make it slip when I'm prying on that rubber to kick it out to set it down in the body. I don't need it to pop off. So we'll get that done. That took 45 minutes. Thank goodness my grandson was out here to put some serious muscle on it. And then there's the dashboard back there. It comes over where the windshield is. I'll be working on the windshield. My son will be setting all his electrical stuff up and doing his stuff here. And at that point, I will be working on the door cards and getting the material fabric in here so my wife can pick it, choose what she wants, and get it all done. She wants to get them done this month and put them underneath the bed in the gonna sneeze, spare bedroom, so when the time comes this winter we don't have to smell glue or try to do it in the basement or anything. We just bring them out here and I turn on the heater and pop the panels in. Isn't that great? Everything's going to be good. Everything. We'll just keep moving forward. I really wasn't supposed to tinker with this thing. According to my agreement with the wife, I was supposed to just cover it up and leave it alone, but she says, well, I'll give you something to do while you're waiting for parts, which I think she was trying to get me out of the house. But now I got to make decisions. Is it going to be a good running engine, or am I wasting my time and I need just to get that axle up here, prepare to put that on there? I really want to run this engine. I don't know what else to tell you. That's what's going on. I'm going in and we got back on the computer. We've got program issue, so it's stopping me from posting what I want to post. Figure out what's going on with that over the weekend, and hopefully by Monday we'll be back up and running normal, for whatever normal is, and then we will take it from there. I'm just praying that engine's good, because I got a lot of plans going on that requires that engine in the car. Because the only main thing I got to do is to get a AR5 or a T5 and take it up to the machinist with this transmission, have him match up the input shafts on the lathe, get everything set so I can plug in the adapter plate, the transmission we're going to use. You know, the only other thing I got to do is when the build's complete is to do the drive shaft. All the clutch mechanisms and everything. Since the Packard bell house is going to be in front of the transmission with a spacer in there, everything will work. Ta-da! People, I'm just going to try to hit it as we go. Be back at you on Monday. You got a blessed weekend. If you got your build, get your build on.